dissipation. So its primary goal is to, of course, overcome the energy and cooling constraints faced by, of course, the land use and all of these data centers and provide computing power for high-performance applications such as artificial intelligence. And also, they have specific plans for different, I think, directions for different use. What I saw is that maybe in the near 2 to 3 years, around 2025 to 2027, they're having the plan to solve the space-to-space computing, which means that when you generated or having the computing power that you have in the space, now you can solve the problem that you can be used in the space. For example, the data will be used in the space station. And then maybe in the future, you can have more solutions. You can have the ground data when you need to use on Earth. And then you can have computing power that's been deployed in the space. And then maybe in the future, space-based primary computing, and then maybe you can use everywhere when you're having the power that can be deployed in the space.
Yeah, companies are looking at different options. Samsung, OpenAI, they're looking at floating data centers. Kind of the same concept of what we're hearing from Hainan and Shanghai, meaning seawater to cool and things like that. Amazon's looking at the moon, maybe, or somewhere in space for data centers. Companies are looking at taking advantage of nature if they can. There's a company in the Nordic parts of our planet. What they're doing is they have 8 data centers in Iceland, in Denmark, in Sweden, and Finland, and they're taking advantage of the cold climate, which is there, and they're using that cold climate for cooling. I think it's uses the same thing, cold weather to cool the servers. So there are different examples of big companies using Mother Nature to cut down on costs.
Well, these concepts, I think, on some level are.
那么眼病冷熏疗法属于外通眼明目的一种。
On the ocean, or we are talking about the space, but when we're talking about mainstream data centers,
明目达到治疗眼病。
most of them are located on land, in the middle of a desert.
所以我一说冷熏，很多人
For instance, Ulaanbaatar in Inner Mongolia is the hub for data centers, simply because the weather is pretty cool and the land space is vast. We have few populations. My hometown in Mongolia has pretty much the population of Beijing, but the size of their land is vast. So there isn't much of a problem when it comes to utilize your land areas.
Problem meaning the local communities don't get bothered.
Yeah, on some level, some of them hailed this kind of opportunity as a new job opportunity. Because when it comes to regions like Ulaanbaatar in Mongolia, the traditional jobs are mostly related to agriculture, the herding sheep, raising horses, growing something on land. But now they can have a new future in the digital economy. I think earlier this year, DeepSeek, they started to recruit what they call senior data center delivery manager and senior data center operations engineers in Ulaanbaatar in Mongolia, which the salaries ranging from 15,000 to 13,000 yuan per month with a 14-month annual package. So it's a good pay, and it's located very locally in that city, in that prefecture in Mongolia. And that is hailed as a job creator for many people. But that's not the case everywhere, right, Steve?
Question that you may not know the answer to. How many of those jobs, you just gave that one job description.
Yes.
How many of those jobs are available?
Well, according to numbers coming from